What is up, everyone? Today we are talking about where you should spend your money as a venue owner or venue manager. And this topic came up because I am working on a couple of different properties that we manage. I'm working with the owners and they want to do different things on the property. They want to add more water features. They want to add a roof on a gazebo area. There is a whole renovation that is planned for a bridal quarters. So there's a lot of different stuff going on, and the temptation is there, I think, specifically for my venue owners out there. And if you're listening to this right now and you are a venue owner, that is awesome. I'm so happy to have you here. But if you are a venue owner, you know how easy it is to think about spending $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 on property upgrades. The question that I was asked is, what should we be spending on this? Where should we be putting our money? And so we're going to be covering that in today's video. It's a very, very important topic. So without further ado, let's get started. So the topic of money and venues is really tricky, I think, because as venue owners or venue managers, you constantly think about reinvesting the money that you're making from the weddings that you're selling and from the deposits you're getting back into the venue. And while I think this is really, really important, and I think this is great that we're all trying to do that, I think that we can be spending the money in better ways that will actually have a greater impact on booking more weddings, which is the goal that we're all trying to accomplish, right? When we're thinking about booking weddings, in my opinion, and in my experience over having done hundreds of weddings at this point at the different properties that we manage, I am concerned because I think there is kind of this overzealous behavior and this mindset that if we add something to the property, that we're going to actually book more clients. And that's simply not true. In my experience, it has clearly been the processes you have in place, the systems you have in place, and the venue's ability to attract more of their ideal client to the actual venue and not waste a lot of time giving tours to people who are not your ideal client for one reason or another. And that reason could be budget, that reason could be style. There's so many different reasons why someone could not be your client. And so when I get asked by a venue owner, or when they say, oh, I want to drop $15,000 into this renovation, I am very cautious because I do not think that there is a direct correlation between that new gazebo that you want to put up and booking more weddings. There isn't going to be this equivalent relationship between, $15,000 in and I'm going to book 3 more weddings or something like that. I want to talk about 2 different scenarios though. Where does this make sense to spend money? And then where does it not make sense to spend money? Where to invest your money? I think that if something is broken or there is something that your team has consistently asked for, maybe it's a golf cart because there's a really long distance between ceremony and reception. Maybe it's something that has been just consistently breaking and you need to do a full upgrade or overhaul. Or maybe it's something that has consistently shown up in reviews. Maybe in the reviews that you're reading, you're seeing people talk about how the paint is chipped, or, there are other features, maybe the AC consistently goes out. Whatever it happens to be, there are going to be those things that surface again and again and again, and your team can tell you, the reviews that you're getting online will tell you. There's a number of different ways to see. And so in my opinion, if there are those things that need to be fixed and it's kind of a glaring problem and it makes a difference immediately, aesthetically, as part of your property, that is something that I think needs to be fixed right away. And a lot of times those upgrades can be done fairly inexpensively. The other thing I like to do is really touch base with the team on the ground. I know I alluded to that before, but having those roundtable discussions with your team, with your facilities manager, with whoever's doing the tours, just to ask them the feedback that is being given consistently. And if there's something, maybe you do need a patio cover or something because there's no rain plan on your property and there's no natural place for a tent. Maybe there are some of these things that really will build in a lot of value. Maybe you don't have a bridal suite on your property, or a getting ready area that couples can use. That is very, very important. Only when it is something that is consistently coming up, like I said, in reviews or with your team, and they're seeing it as an obstacle to actually book more brides and grooms, not just because you want it, because it's going to look fancier, because it's going to be more awesome or whatever. So those are kind of my parameters as far as where you should be spending money. What about where you shouldn't be spending money? In my opinion, you don't need to spend money if your venue is beautiful. You just want to add things because maybe you've always dreamed of having a barn on the property, or you feel like that could be a cool additional feature, or maybe you've seen it on a different venue or heard that, your cousin who has a venue, is very successful with their gazebo gazebo, or you want to add a different feature on the property, or you want to upgrade the chairs, or something like that, those things don't necessarily need to take precedence over creating better operational systems, maybe hiring people, maybe investing in a coach or someone to help grow you as a business owner. That, in my opinion, is a lot better of a use of money in this case, where you already have a great venue, you already have great reviews, great things happening. It's better to invest the money there. And I would even say it's better to invest the money there in operations and people and training rather than marketing. Because let's face it, if your operational systems are terrible, if you don't have great SOPs, if you don't have a good CRM and a good system for handling leads, effectively spending more money on marketing is just going to open up the fire hose of leads more, and it's going to further create a bigger problem for you when you haven't been focusing on some of those very fundamental things. Now, I know that this is not sexy at all. It's not fun. It's not glamorous to, go hire a coach and listen to them talk and hope that you learn a couple things and, maybe deal with SOPs and systems and operations and all that stuff. A lot of times it's easy to have this, like, if it's not broken, don't fix it approach. But I see this so many times, and I really, really hope that if you're listening to this, you want to grow your business and you want to run an increasingly more profitable business. And so money that you think about spending on property upgrades, in my opinion, really could be spent tuning up your team, making sure that they are running really smoothly, maybe giving a raise, maybe, even a 50-cent or dollar raise is not going to make that much difference to you as the business owner in the grand scheme of things when you look at it, but it could be the very thing that's needed to pay your team a little bit better, to keep them around and just really have them excited about working there. The other thing is for you as the business owner, how much time and how much money are you investing into yourself for education, for coaching, for learning how to be a better leader, for learning about better systems, for learning about what's happening in the industry. So all these things I think are fantastic places to spend money instead of going and creating a whole new construction project for yourself, which I know is so easy to do as a venue owner or manager. So with that said, thank you so much for watching today's video. Let me know, if you are an owner, if you are a manager, have you ever done a project and then regretted it and thought, man, I wish I would have spent that money elsewhere? And if you have, let me know in the comments. I would absolutely love to hear it. And if you're not subscribed already, I would absolutely love for you to subscribe. All right, that's it for today, folks. See you in the next video.